Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
Soulful Saturday, who's ready? I've got a nice warm cup of Wise Women's tea, of course. Love that stuff. Love getting a little warmed up. Hello, June and Evie and Doris, Joanne, Lily, Corliss. Hello. It's so good to see you. Lucy's in the house. What a gal, Lucy. So good to see you. Here's our new quote of the week. You're going to like this one. I think it's so good. There's no force equal to a woman who's determined to rise. What? Pinky's up if you're a woman who's determined to rise. I'll tell you what, every single woman who's here is that woman. I love this so much. I think that's probably one of my favorite ones that I've seen. Martha's in the house. There's Jocelyn, Juanita, Beverly. Tanya's here. Diane, Kathy. Hello, Teresa. Do you love that quote? Does that just get you right where you live? Yeah, me too. Guess what we have for you? It's a freebie. I don't know if you know about this, but every year we do this. In November, we put out our Thanksgiving menus. However you want to do Thanksgiving. I'm telling you, we've got every which way. SavingDinner.com/Thanksgiving. That's where you're going to find those menus. And you know you need that. It's got all of everything there, including the way you make a Thanksgiving turkey that will never fail you, never dry out, including my mother's dressing recipe, which is ridiculously off the hook, including. So you'll see that. You'll see every single thing that we offer. Thanksgiving is what we're known for. And I'm telling you, it's my favorite holiday of the year. SavingDinner.com/Thanksgiving. Go grab it. You also get the grocery list and everything else. That's what you need. By the way, they had an amazing offer at ButcherBox yesterday. I hope you saw that. It was in your inbox. It was only available for a day, but I hope you took advantage of it. Boy, do they have it. Thank you so much. Yes, that dressing is the bomb. It's the best dressing ever. We love it. We love it. We love it. And you know what? This is our favorite thing. You know, we love Thanksgiving. I like the cranberry sauce. We make that by scratch. You make it with a little orange juice and all of it. You didn't go on and on and on, but I'm just going to make your mouth water and mine too while we're at it. But I'll tell you what, I love the way the house smells when that turkey is cooking. Ooh, you want the quote in the chat? June will drop that quote in the chat. It's coming. Take a look. I promise you. SavingDinner.com/Thanksgiving. I hate to say it, but Saving Dinner is spelled wrong, Jenny. Can you put that again? Because they can't click that link. That link won't work. Oh, ButcherBox is incredible. I do ButcherBox, as you know. Really, I'm the faithful ButcherBoxer. Yep. You quit turkey and make tamales? I'm coming to your house, Beverly. Give me some of those tamales. I want tamales. Jenny. Yeah, we always do that. Hi, Teresa. All right. So supplement of the week is our core 4. Buy 2 sets, you're going to get the 4th one free. Look, every single week we have a supplement of the week. This is the second to the last day that this particular supplement of the week will be available. You will also get an email if you're getting our emails. I sure hope so. You will get an email tomorrow saying last call. And I'm telling you, when we're saying that, we're not kidding. It will be gone as of Monday. So take advantage of that amazing sale. Now, one thing that I made a decision. This was an executive decision, y'all. So we got this. I have been experimenting for 3 months with a certain compound. It's a white kidney bean extract that is supposed to help with the way that your body processes carbs. I've shared over and over again, and I think I'm not alone in this. There are a lot of women out there just like me who are super sensitive to carbs, and they just don't love us. The holidays make carbs kind of a here it is kind of a thing. And we're always, avoiding and figuring out what we're going to do and all of that. Hey, Melissa. But guess what? There's a way around the mountain, and it's something new that we have, and we have it in here in the shop right now. It's a test. And I'll tell you, it's probably going to be a really good test. We're probably going to go ahead and order some more. But I'm going to tell you right now, we've got Carb Cutter. This is what it is. It's called Carb Cutter. I'm calling it Grace in a Bottle because it is amazing what it does. And like I said, I've experimented and I have kept track of how it has affected me. And I am telling you, you're going to be blown away. Blown away by this. There's also a study that they did, a Japanese study that they did using women of all things, finally, right? Use women. Women should be test subjects because, we are different. We're not men with we're not men with different equipment, right? Women are completely different than men. Very much so. Everything about us is different. So keep that in mind. And this Grace in a Bottle, the way that we process carbs, if you're anything like me and you understand exactly what I'm saying is that they don't go well. What can I say? Get as much as you want. Come and get it. We have an introductory price on this. The next order that we make for this, which is probably going to be on Monday, by the way. This is first come, first serve. You get as much as you want. Strong suggestion, you at least get 2 bottles. Keep one in your purse, one on your countertop. And then just, allow a little indulgence. Maybe this holiday season, don't go crazy and off the rails. But I'll tell you what, I am having stuffing this Thanksgiving. Hello, Carb Cutter. Yes, I am. It's how we can, just a little bit. We don't have to go crazy, but this is what's going to do. So if you go to savingdinner.com/carb cutter, you're going to find this. We've got people ordering 6 and 8 and what have you. I understand. Price is going up as soon as this runs out, and we're almost there. So go get it. We have a bunch of tools in the shop, as you obviously already know about it. This is where you're going to find our mugs. And I'm telling you this because we've uncovered a whole bunch of mugs that maybe there's one that you want from your collection. Go to savingdinner.com/mug and go check it out. We got 4 different mugs right now that we're offering. Maybe there's one you need. Same with the quote deck, savingdinner.com/quote. That's where you're going to find the quote deck. And last but not least, what else do we have? We've got the Getting Off the Carousel of Crazy, the workbook and the book. You know that. That's at savingdinner.com/crazy. And the journal. Boy, are we working on this. savingdinner.com/journal. You can actually go watch the holiday webinar that I talk about, just getting ready for the holidays and how we're not going to go off the rails. And as a matter of fact, we've got a plan for that. It's the Holiday Cheers plan that you will get absolutely free when you order the journal. If you don't want to do that, that's at savingdinner.com/holiday to watch all of that. But if you don't want to do that, you can just go order the journal or order you can order just the Holiday Cheers plan. It's savingdinner.com/cheer. Did I say 3? We have 4 different mugs. There you go. You will find us on Instagram now. You will find us on TikTok. You will find us all over the place. We're everywhere. And some of you are even watching us right here on YouTube. How about that? It's Saving Dinner. That's all you have to do is just whatever it is, whatever the social media channel is, and Saving Dinner. There you go. Hi, Jama. Boy, was Inner Circle great or what? I mean, the energy of getting together with women who are just saying, you know what? Yes, they're raising their hand to vibrancy and saying, yes, this is what I want. Yes, they're agreeing and they're saying, whatever it's going to take, I'm going to be brave. I'm going to do things that maybe I don't want to do. Well, you can be a part of that if you want to, simply by going to savingdinner.com/circle to get on the wait list, because it's intense. It's so cool, though. So cool. Today's Soulful Saturday, and we're going to just wrap it all up because, this whole week we've been talking about how fake it till you make it just doesn't work. It sounds good, but it doesn't work. No, Diane, we do it on Crowdcast. You know that platform, you've been on it before. But you know what I realized and I recognized today, especially after today we were talking, I'm not going to tell you what we do in Inner Circle, because what happens in Inner Circle stays in Inner Circle. But what it dawned on me today as we were talking about, we're going through the book and talking about different things, but it dawned on me as we were getting done with that honestly, this whole fake it till you make it thing is really asking somebody to not be authentically themselves, number one. And number two, it's saying that you're not good enough. Has anybody, do you feel that? Do you feel that? That was the cosmic 2x4 that I had just, like an hour ago. That was an hour ago. I am telling you, just whopped me upside the head. But you know what? Peter Crone, who he's not a psychologist. He's kind of this, he said he's a brain remodeler or something. I just found him recently. And he said that words are both the lock and key. I really take that to heart, because I know that personally. And I was thinking, like, as I was reflecting back into when I was in my 40s and how I was just so wrapped up in what everyone thought of me. What are they going to think of me if I do this? What are they going to, as if my life was a stage and I was getting on stage every day for this imaginary audience. That's how bad it was. That's how entrenched I was in that. I think it also came from the toxicity of what was going on in my church and all the rest of it. There's a lot of toxicity that can be born and pulled into cultures. I believe that. Hey, Carla, Deborah. So I think that this is exactly 100% that words can either set you free, or words can become the very prison that you live in. Right? So what we say to ourselves about ourselves is either going to grant us the freedom that we've been searching for, or it's going to further put us into that dungeon that we've been trying to get out of, maybe. And I like to think that what I'm seeking is also seeking me. That's one of the things. I have a mantra that I say every morning. The abundance I seek is also seeking me. No obstacles stand in my way. There are, I'm allowing for the obstacles to fall away. I am allowing for the obstacles to fall away. And I know that that's exactly where you are right now. And we need to start understanding this, and that what it is that we're thinking about, we're also attracting in, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on what it is that you're thinking about. So when we say we fake it, we're reinforcing something that we have been fighting for a long time. When we say fake it till we make it, we reinforce this notion that we're not okay, that we're not good enough, that we got to fake being somebody else because who you are right now is not enough. How about that? That's one of the reasons why I hate that odious quote so much. And no offense, Mary Kay Ash, God rest your soul. I don't believe she meant that as the way that I'm saying I'm taking it as. I believe she meant that so that it's up for you to just step into, being your very best self, even if you don't feel like it, right? I think that's what she was saying. But we don't need to feel like we have to fake it to be somebody else. We don't have to feel that way. We don't have to be these people who are walking around with this forever chip on our shoulder of not being enough, right? It reinforces this feeling of not being enough. It's saying that, yeah, girlfriend, you got to fake it to be this other person. And I have a whole different view on this. And I hope that it's going to feed your soul the way it fed mine, because it really helped me to understand something. But before we can really dive into that, we got to get into this whole idea of perfectionism, because I think that's exactly what fake it till you make it is. It's perfectionism. It's you're not acceptable with all of your flaws. You're not acceptable with all this stuff that you feel. It's not enough, right? So I think it reinforces this feeling of not being enough. I think it also enforces hopelessness and even worthlessness, because it's screaming at you that you're not enough. You better fake it. You need to put on a happy face. You need to be a fake person and not the real true person of who you are, because it's not enough. And that just reinforces that whole ugly swirl, that whole ugly, downward spiral that we find ourselves in. And it's depressing, honestly. So what about being enough right now today, who you are right now today? What about that? Well, I think you are enough right now today. But it's all or nothing perfectionism that puts us in this place of thinking that we've got to fake it till we make it, right? Because we haven't quite realized that excellence is the way out. Now, hear me on this, because I think this is an important differentiator. Excellence allows for mistakes. It doesn't excuse us, nor does it give us this idea that it's okay to quit. Excellence just allows for doing it over again. It allows for do-overs. It allows for us to say, well, wait a minute, let's pull back a little bit and come back in with maybe a better plan this time. Maybe you've got to get out the eraser and fix something that wasn't quite right with your morning or evening ritual, or with your goals, or whatever it is that you are about. Because excellence also gives room for creativity, so we can find our way to the solution. That's regardless of what the problem is. Perfectionism doesn't allow for that. Do you know why? Because it's either this or it's that. That's all. Perfectionism demands perfect. And perfect means paralysis, doesn't it? It doesn't allow you to move. So I think that perfectionism is also exhausting, while excellence is exhilarating, because it's saying we have room to and allow for other things. There's an allowance there. That's my washing machine, y'all. I'm sorry. Oh, I should have shut the door. Perfectionism is a prison, while excellence is freedom. I want you to start contrasting these two things, because as we we all do, drop into our perfectionism thinking this is what we need to do, then what we need to start saying, well, no, not perfect, but let's go with excellent. Because excellence surely gives us so much freedom from that prison, doesn't it? Gives us the keys to the lock. Perfect demands absolute adherence to something. There's a plan called the 75 Hard. You can look it up online, and it requires that we do the Hot Melt 30, and I kind of cribbed a little bit from the 75 Hard. But 75 Hard is you have to work out 45 minutes twice a day. One has to be outside, no ifs, ands, or buts. You have to eat whatever diet that you've made a decision on, drink a gallon of water a day, read a chapter of a book. I can't remember all the things. If you don't do it perfectly that day, then you need to start over on day one, even if you're at day 30. And you go for 75 days. And that absolutely gets under my skin, because perfect doesn't exist this side of glory. It doesn't. And to do that kind of a thing is to really mess somebody up psychologically who might have not done it just perfectly, or I got a cold, I got sick, and I had to go to take a nap. I couldn't do the 45 minute, whatever it is. You think about it. I am, a petite little, I'm not even 5 feet tall and I weigh less than 100 pounds drinking a gallon of water. What's that going to do to me except wash out all my electrolytes? There's no give in perfectionism, but there is in excellence. There's a lot of give in excellence. There's a lot of give and take. There's a lot of creativity. There's a lot of grace. So when we decide to embrace who we are, all of it, flaws and all, embrace who we are, because this is who we've been called to be for right now. That doesn't mean that we can't improve on something. It just means acceptance for right now today. I've bored you all with my, 3,000 story about my time in Lane Bryant. I was in such denial about my size at the time. This is, 2000, 2, 3, something like that. I was in such denial about that. I was just pushing myself into anything that I could find at the normal store because I didn't want to go to Lane Bryant. When I finally went in there and accepted myself who I was, getting clothes that fit me and a bra that brought the girls right back up to where they belonged, that's when I started to feel good about myself again, finally, and stopped shaming myself on a daily basis. And instead just love the woman I was in the skin that I was in the size that I was in. So what? That's where I was. It didn't stop me right there and say, okay, woo, I'm done, right? Nope. It actually spurred me on to say, okay, well, if I can do this, if I can accept me for who I am right now today in these size 18 pants, I can certainly go ahead and start taking care of the me that I want to be right now today. I didn't fake it. I was it. I beat it. And I wasn't in those size 18 pants very long, because I made a decision about myself, about what I wanted to do to upgrade the quality of the food that I was eating, how much I was eating, the way I was moving, the way I was hydrating, all the rest of it. You've heard me talk about it. But it's embracing who you are is the part that's going to get you to the place of being able to say, okay, so what can I fix here? Without wearing it like a big banner of shame. I was so ashamed of myself for so long that I never got past the point of wishing that I could do something different, that I could be someone different. And when you be it, it doesn't necessarily show up on you immediately, but it changes everything. It changes. Jackie, I embrace you, honey. And I love all of you who are saying that maybe it's hard to embrace yourself. But I want to tell you, those are the keys. Those are the keys to getting you out of the fakery of faking it till you make it and putting on a pretty face and all the rest of the garbage that we've heard as growing up, so that we can be the woman we want to be. We can. We can be the woman that we want to be because this is how it's done. This gives us the ability and the skills, and even if we've never had them, to be able to nurture brand new baby habits that we've just born into our lives, right? You can have the extraordinary life that you want without perfect mucking it up. Perfect's the thing that takes you down, not excellence. Perfect takes it down. Excellence and vibrancy coexist. Perfect and vibrancy do not, because they can't, because you will never have perfect on this side of glory. Amen. Done. Over. So I have 5 things for you, and I want you to really dig into this because I think this is at the baseline for all of us. This is the path to freedom. This is the path to getting into the place where you can embrace yourself, Jackie, that you can say, you know what, I am enough, that you can start looking at yourself with completely different eyes. What do you think of that? You don't have to fake it anymore. You just be it. Because who you are being right now is just absolutely enough. Even Jackie, with you say, I have a problem embracing yourself. You are who you are with your history, with your flaws, with everything. And that is enough. Okay? That's enough. That's okay. We can embrace ourselves anytime we make a decision that we're going to. And I will tell you this, that these 5 things that I'm going to give you right now are the keys that I'm talking about. Out of perfectionism, out of this fakery, and into the place of being the woman you have been called to be. And let me just say this, excellence is also process. It's part of the process. It's part of the journey. And perfection is, no, I want to be there right now, or it's not valid. And that gets us stuck too. So, number 1, perfect doesn't exist this side of glory. Write that down if you have to 50 times. But perfect isn't there. It's not at your house. It's not at my house. It's not across the country or across the world. It's not in outer space. Perfect isn't here, this side of glory. And that right there is freedom, right? We're not going to see it here on this earth. That's number 1. Number 2, perfect robs us of willingness. Am I right? Perfect robs us every single time of willingness, because we look at perfect, we say, I can't do that. So what does that do? It shuts the whole thing down. You know, it's the Get Smart with the doors. Bum, ba-da, bum. You see the doors all shutting down? Yep, no one's getting in there. Impenetrable. That doesn't work, because without willingness, there is nowhere to go. Without willingness, there is nothing to learn. Without willingness, there's no way to see the possibilities. Willingness gives us that. Willingness gives us that notion that there might be a way out here. That's what it does. That's what it does. Number 3, perfect has no scope of the imagination, to quote Anne Shirley. Anna Green Gables, huge fan if you didn't know that about me yet. The imagination is everything. And you can, when you start to imagine, say to yourself, just imagine, what would it be like if I can imagine, I can see myself, and start doing those things for yourself and start seeing yourself in a different light of doing the things that you want to be able to do, of having the life that you want to be able to have, of the vibrancy and the relationships and the goodness that all comes simply because we're willing to be, instead of faking ourselves through this life. Think about that. We get to create an amazing life. We get to. And we do that by having an imagination, because that's what excellence does. Number 4 is perfect keeps you in chronic unhappiness. Chronic. You know what chronic means, right? It's always there. Chronic inflammation. Well, that's what perfectionism is chronic inflammation. Inflammation of every aspect of your life. It touches all aspects. It lights it up in a really bad way. It says there's nothing here for you. You just look at it and you just like close the book, and it's depressing. It's a dark room where mold grows. There is nothing there for you. But when you decide on excellence, there is a way. And you know, the word unhappiness, the word happy and happy, I mean, this happiness is dependent on circumstances. There's joy, which is just a decision of just loving your life anyway, of gratitude, of all this beauty that is in the world, even though there could be darkness, a little dark cloud hanging over your head, or you're feeling a little Eeyore-ish, or whatever. But perfect will keep you in chronic unhappiness. That's a guarantee. It's a promise that perfect gives you, by the way. Whereas excellence, that gives you all the possibilities of seeing things that will make you a little bit happier for today, a little bit more gratitude in your heart, a little more loving kindness, a little more gentleness, a little bit more of the ability to be a little easier on yourself and not quite so hard and harsh. I don't know about you, but I sure as heck need all the grace I can possibly get. That's what excellence does. It gives you grace. Perfect doesn't. Perfect robs you blind. Number 5 is, and I want you to remember this, that procrastination is perfectionism's best friend. You don't do it or start it or finish it or whatever because it's not perfect. And we all get wrapped up into that. We all do, don't you? I do. Of course I do. But then I remind myself that I can't do perfect because perfect isn't here. Remind yourself of this constantly, because your procrastination is just merely perfectionism popping up into your life and saying, here I am again, let me rob you of your happiness. Let me rob you of your time. Let me rob you of feeling good about yourself. Let me rob you completely of your vibrancy. Let me rob you of your life. That's what perfectionism does. And it takes everything. It puts you in the place of comparing yourself to others. It puts you in the place of thinking that you're performing to some imaginary audience all the time. It's absolute sham. That's what perfectionism is. And it was created in this world somehow by Instagram influencers and social media whiz bang, everything where their kids are always dressed perfectly. My kids always had dirt all over them. I don't know about yours. My kids were outside and muddy and bringing worms and critters in the house, and it didn't look like that. And they were also crying and hitting each other, and they did not live that magazine life. Either did I. Either do you. We live lives that are messy, but I'm asking you to think about your life instead as a beautiful mess that you've been given to live, that you have the option of saying, hey, you know what? I'm opting for excellence here. Perfect doesn't exist this side of glory. And I'm going to figure this stuff out. It's been given to me. I'm going to figure it out. The possibilities for your life are always endless. When you decide that vibrancy is the thing, vibrancy is what you're after, because vibrancy and excellence, they coexist. They are best friends. They are best friends. And there's always an opportunity to change and to shift and to get it just a little bit right so that it fits. It fits just right into your life. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Your alignment assignment for all of this, by the way, your alignment assignment is to every time you think, well, I can't do that because, I want you to think excellence is tapping me on the shoulder right now and saying, it's a possibility. You can do this. You can do just a little bit here and a little bit there. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You know why you can do it? Because you've been called to do this. You've been called into this life at this time with your big, beautiful mess, right? So rather than deny that it exists, get into it. Clean up a corner of your house, or like I had with Flynn the other day, just make sure, get that table set. Do a couple of things that will light you up. Look for opportunities to delight your soul with little snapshots of beauty. You might not have the whole thing figured out. You might not have all of your sprint in order, but you can do part of it. You can do a little bit of it here. You can do a little bit of it there, because excellence is always going to love you back. When you give out excellently, it's going to come back to you in spades. Perfectionism will never do that for you. What do you think? Are you ready for this? Are you ready to live in a more excellent world that you get to create with your own life? I know you are. And that's why we talked about this today. I appreciate you so much. You know, tomorrow is Sunday. Sunday is the last day of the supplement of the week. Take good advantage of that. And while you can, grab your carb cutter, because I'm telling you, it will be sold out this weekend. savingdinner.com/carb cutter. That's where you will find this supplement. And I'm going to tell you what, lit me up. Talk about grace in a bottle. Talk about grace. It's excellent, not perfect. Right, Lily? Pinkies up. That's all I have to say about it. All right, peace be with you. I will see you on Monday. Have a fabulous Sunday.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.